All right. Roll20. Learning how to build and run a game in Roll20. We have made it. It is combat time. We have a battle map. We have a monster. We have some player characters. It is time for a fight. So as they are exploring this forest, looking for the goblins who have stolen the little boy, they are attacked by a wild boar. So the wild boar rustles onto the scene. Just so that you don't think I'm crazy, the players could not see the boar until I moved it onto the map because of dynamic lighting. See? Ooh. What? How's that? Wow. All right, so the boar appears on the map. The players get ready to throw down. Those of them who know the stats for a giant boar and realize they're level 1, they know that they're probably going to die here today because a wild boar is no joke. So since there's only 2 adventurers, we should probably have the boar show up like over here so that it has to, dash to get to them. Yeah, if it wins initiative, that'd probably be good. So, take 2. The boar appears on the map. So these 2 adventurers are like, oh dang. And they have to decide, are we going to stay and fight? Or are we going to flee from this boar? A boar's got a 40 speed, so they'd have to flee pretty hard to get away from it. Anyways, the DM chuckles evilly and says, well, whatever you do, you'll be figuring it out in combat. It's time to roll initiative. So, how do we roll initiative? Okay. Off on the left-hand side, there are your tools. There is a clock. The clock is the initiative turn order tracker. This thing is pretty sweet. Even when I run games IRL, I will sometimes, especially if it's going to be a more complicated fight, have Roll20 open and use it to help me track turn order because, man, is it a useful tool. It is a little cumbersome, right, when it's open. Pro tip as a DM, if you close this, it will close on all of your players' screens and they will panic and freak out and they will not be able to focus on anything until the turn order reappears. They do not have as many things to manage on their screen as you. So, yeah. Here's the thing. I've shown this in a couple other videos, but if you need something to be small, just double click on the header, the little bit at the top there, and it will shrink and unobtrusively sort of go semi-transparent. You can move it around, and then when you need it open again, you can open it again. This will keep your players happy because you're not closing the turn order, but it will also give you a chance to look at the board without being so cluttered. So the turn order pops up, and veteran Roll20 players, they immediately start reaching for those initiative dice. So you want to make sure that the turn order is clear before you have everybody roll in. I say that because it will keep the results of a previous combat if you don't remember to clear it, which we will cover in this video. So the turn order has been brought up. It's time to roll an initiative. Now, I have a macro that I like to use for initiative. I can post that up, I guess, a link to it at least in the description. But for this video, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. So how do you roll initiative the old-fashioned way in Roll20? Okay, so for a monster, it's like this. You're going to open the monster's character sheet. Because I have a linked miniature here, I can hold down Alt, double-click, open the character sheet. While the mini is selected, this is very important. The words I'm saying are bold and italics right now. While you're selecting the miniature must be selected. The mini must be selected. You must select the mini. You're going to end up saying this to your players a lot. So that's why I'm saying it a couple times here. While the mini is selected, for monsters, you go and you hit this little cute initiative thing. I guess I could zoom in even closer. There we go. Oh, geez. Yeah, see? See, it's like a D20 and it says initiative. That's what you're looking for on the monster sheet. All right, let's zoom it out a little bit. Oh, man. There we go. So while the mini selected, I'm going to hit initiative. Anytime. anytime. There we go. And, oh, there's a little bit of lag there. You'll notice that my new roll overwrote my previous roll. This will also happen. There will be lag, players will get overexcited. If I need to manually change an initiative, I can click the initiative number in the tracker, and I could put the new total. And then hit enter. That's key. You got to hit enter or it won't lock in the new value. So the giant boar I made myself, he got an 8.1 for initiative. Cool. He is automatically added to the tracker. Cool. So now, how does a player do it? Okay, so we go over to John and Cam. All right, so John, while his miniature is selected, goes to his character sheet and clicks initiative, located in the middle top of his character sheet. Just like that, it rolls his initiative and adds it. John got a 6.16. He's in trouble. All right. And then for Chamomile, while the miniature is selected, on the character sheet, you hit initiative, automatically added it. Ooh, it's not going well for them. All right. And that is all the combatants. Once you have done all the combatants, you are good to go. Now, you might say, but what if I have secret monsters? Oh, you mean like more boar? Okay, okay. So maybe you had some more boar that were going to join the fight if they needed to, right? You could have them hidden off screen. Now, keep in mind, if they're hidden off screen but they're not in the DM's lair, when you roll them into initiative, the players will see that they are there and they will panic. They'll be looking all over the map for these guys. Where the hell are they? I know there's more because the initiative tracker says there are. So, what you want to do if you have secret reinforcement monsters is make sure that they're on the GM's lair before you roll them in. Then the players will not be able to see that there are extra monsters waiting in the wings, but you will have already pre-rolled their initiative. Nice, right? They are grayed out in ghost mode to indicate that only you, the DM, can see them. Pretty slick. All right, so now what? Well, they rolled absolutely in order, but that's not going to happen all the time. So the first thing we need to do before we start the fight is we need to organize our initiative. So in order to do that, I go to my turn order. I go to this little blue button with a gear at the bottom, and then I tell it, sort it descendingly. Right? So the fastest creatures go first, and the slowest creatures go after that. Cool. All right, so now we have our turn order set. We are ready to begin tracking initiative. So as creatures go, and their turn is completed, you hit this little arrow down here at the bottom next to the blue button, and it advances your turn order to the next person, or creature, or monster, or layer effect, whatever. All right, so the boar's turn comes up, it charges over, done. John and Chamomile are freaking out. They take their turn, done. She takes her turn, done. We start the next round of combat. That's how the turn order works. Maybe, right, they manage to kill something. So rather than keep your turn order cluttered, you can always mouse over them till you get a trash can and remove them from the initiative order. So now they're not junking up your initiative order anymore. Unless you've got bad guys that have access to magical healing or something, I recommend just removing them from the initiative tracker when they go down because, you know, dead is dead. Like, they're not going to be getting back up. If you have a fight where there are healers or necromancers or they are creatures that regenerate, like a troll, something that can keep getting up even after it should be dead, don't delete them from the tracker because then you'll have to reroll initiative and add them in. That brings us to a slightly more advanced thing. What if one of these characters could summon assistance, right? So what if they were a character class that could summon something? So I don't know. We'll say that Chamomile has Find Familiar, and she summons her hawk. But the hawk was not there the whole time. So what are we going to do about that? On her turn, at initiative count 6.1, she summons her hawk. Now, I believe familiars use the same initiative as the wizard, but I'm just trying to show you how you would add a new monster to the initiative mid-battle. So the hawk appears, all right, and you tell them, okay, it's going to have its own initiative, so go ahead and roll it into initiative. All right, so we select it. While the miniature is selected, we hit initiative, and it gets added in. Okay, well, that's a 19, so it's not going to get to go before the end of the round, but it will get to go before the giant boar. Now, everything is out of order. So what we can do is hit the little blue thing and then resort the initiative and then advance back down to chamomile and say, all right, you used your Stone of Hawk summoning and you summoned the hawk. It's rolled into initiative. What else are you going to do? And she's like, that'll be my turn. And then we advance to the hawk, and the hawk starts the next round of combat. So that's how you would add another creature into initiative. So you've seen how to start it, organize it, remove something, add something, and manually change it. When all is said and done and the combat is over, it is very important, much like flushing the potty, to go and remove all turns and clear your list. So to access that, you're going to go to your turn order. You're going to go to the blue box at the bottom. You're going to go to remove all turns, and it'll say, are you sure? And you are. And you cleared your turn order, and it's fresh as a daisy for your next combat encounter. So that is how initiative works in Roll20 combat. In the next video, we will talk about movement in battle and also the measuring tool. So I will see you in the next video.